Hey V's, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we're making something I'm really quite excited about. It is part of our holiday 2020 making, and this is a gorgeous cocoa coconut emulsified body butter. This emulsified body butter stars some very indulgent amounts of cocoa butter and coconut oil. The specific cocoa butter and coconut oil that I've used are both from Baraka Shea Butter, and they're amazing. The coconut oil in particular is their traditional coconut oil, where the coconut is roasted before being turned into an oil, and it smells incredible. It just has the richest, most wonderful coconutty scent of any coconut oil I have ever smelled, and it's great, and it really just shines in this beautiful formulation. You don't have to use Baraka's cocoa butter and coconut oil if you don't have it, but please make sure whatever you're using smells amazing, because that really is key to this formulation. The other ingredient that is really key to this formulation is the emulsifier, which is Glyceryl, Stearate, and PEG 100 Stearate. This is not a new emulsifier. It is actually the same emulsifier that the Body Shop uses for their emulsified body butters, but it is new to Humblebee and Me, to this YouTube channel, and to my blog. It is not the same thing as Glyceryl Stearate SE, which I have used in the past, so please don't try to make that swap. If you want to learn more about this emulsifier, I highly recommend reading the encyclopedia entry on it over at humblebeeandme.com, but kind of the gist of it is that compared to other emulsifying waxes we use, like Polo Wax or Olive M1000, this emulsifying wax is kind of naked. When you make an emulsion with something like BTMS 50 or Reedemulse SCG, you get noticeably different skin feels in the end product because the emulsifier does contribute to that. You get way less of that with this emulsifier, so it really allows the ingredients to shine, and because really all it does is emulsify, it doesn't thicken and it's not dramatically affecting the feel of the lotion, you can play with all of those fun little knobs to kind of create whatever you want. It's crazy versatile. My $10 and up patrons have already got several videos about this emulsifier and me working with it and sharing experiments that I've done with it. So if you'd like to sort of get a bit of a behind the scenes peek, I would encourage you to consider becoming a patron. So to sort of sum that up, this naked emulsifier allows us to create something utterly gorgeous. We can have a significantly larger oil phase than we would usually want to have with an emulsifier like Polo Wax, simply because that much Polo Wax kind of tends to make things a little skiddy and draggy, whereas this gorgeous emulsifier doesn't. So our oil phase is just shy of 50%, which is amazing. You can see that it's just really rich and thick and gorgeous and just it's wonderful. Now you will need this emulsifier to make this formulation, but thankfully it does seem to be quite widely available and it's pretty inexpensive as well. I've linked to places that I found to purchase it in a lot of countries around the world in the encyclopedia post at humblebeeandme.com, so make sure you are checking that out. But yeah, let's go grab ourselves some lovely fragrant cocoa butter and coconut oil and whip up this absolutely decadent cocoa coconut emulsified body butter. We'll begin by combining the two ingredients in our heated water phase. Nice and simple. In this heat-resistant glass measuring cup, I have 44.95 grams distilled water, and to that I'm going to add 5 grams vegetable glycerin. And now I'm going to weigh the water phase and note that weight, making sure to note the weight also includes the spatula. Up next, we'll combine the 4 ingredients for our heated oil phase in a second heat-resistant glass measuring cup. So you're going to need 4.75 grams Glyceryl Stearate and PEG 100 Stearate. This is the linchpin ingredient of the formulation, so to learn more about it and where to buy it, please look it up in the Humblebee and Me encyclopedia at humblebeeandme.com. You'll need 25 grams of your most gorgeous fragrant cocoa butter, 15 grams of a really lovely, fragrant, mouth-watering virgin coconut oil, and 5 grams cetyl alcohol. To heat everything through, we're going to use a water bath, so we're going to put both of our heated phases in here. So this is a wide flat bottom saute pan that has about 1 inch or 3 centimeters of water in the bottom of it, and I'm going to go put this on the stovetop over medium heat until everything has melted through and is the same temperature. All right, once everything has heated through and melted, you can remove your pan from the heat, and then we're going to remove our measuring cups from the water bath. So up next, we are going to top off our water phase using a bit of preheated distilled water to get up to that number that we wrote down earlier. And now pouring this into here. And then we'll grab our immersion blender and start blending. Make sure you start slow so you don't shoot product everywhere. All right, so that was about 3 minutes of blending. You can see this is still very, very, very liquid, and it is still really quite warm to the touch. I'm gonna leave this to cool for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and blend it some more. All right, so it has been 5 minutes. We are starting to get a little bit of thickening happening here. We'll just give this another blend. All right, that was about another 2 minutes of blending. You can see this is still really quite thin. It is cooling down, but is still pretty warm. So I'm gonna leave this to cool down for another 5 minutes. All right, it's been another 5 minutes. Starting to get some thick bits. So let's grab our blender and get those all evenly incorporated. So that was just another minute of blending, and you can see we are really getting there. We're really starting to see the gorgeous consistency of this emulsified body butter coming through. So something that is just really special and wonderful about this product, and generally speaking products made with this emulsifier, is how silky smooth they are. Like, just look how shiny and gorgeous that is. It's just, oh my gosh, it's absolutely lovely. So we are done with our blender now, so I'm going to disconnect the blender part from the power part and put this in the dishes bin. And now we can incorporate our cool down phase. So our cool down phase is really simple. It's just 0.3 grams liquid Germall plus. So I'm just going to weigh it straight in here. So before you package it up, I'm just gonna let it come fully to room temperature so you can really appreciate the gorgeous consistency before we put it away. But even now, just look at that. Oh my gosh, it is just, between the smell and the consistency, I really want to eat this. I won't, I know better, but guys, it just, yum. Yeah, all right, I'll see you in like 15 minutes. All right, so it has been 15 minutes and this has cooled completely and is just looking absolutely decadent. Like, just, oh my gosh, it's so smooth and shiny and just, oh my heavens. And it smells absolutely amazing. Yeah, so now we are ready to package it up. For packaging, I'm going to be using this 100 milliliter black plastic screw top jar. This is from Humblebee and it was a gift. Now this is definitely thick enough that if you wanted to put it in a bag fitted with a fancy like icing piping tip, you could totally do that too. And now for a bit of an application demo with some of the leftovers. Definitely don't want to let anything go to waste here. Butter myself up. So if this was a body butter, right now we would notice that it was really starting to melt and liquefy quite quickly, but because this is, you know, an emulsified body butter, it doesn't do that. But as we start to, you know, work it in, it really does, oh my gosh, it really starts to make it very apparent that this is, you know, an emulsified body butter, and that we have like a lot of the richness that you'd expect from a body butter, but it doesn't liquefy in the same way, and it does feel, you know, more like a lotion, but not like a lightweight one. It's just, it's a really lovely sort of hybrid experience, and it just smells absolutely divine. Please resist the urge to spread this on toast. You will be disappointed. And there you go. So we just made a really lovely cocoa coconut emulsified body butter. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and please make sure you're reading the full partner blog post linked in the description box below for a lot more information about this formulation, including information on the emulsifier, which really is key to getting this gorgeous end consistency. But yeah, thank you so much. Please subscribe and I will see you next time.